It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the football team and the Eagles, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago, where the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the Washington football team. Brandon Gaudin alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis. And CD, our quarterbacks taking center stage here for each of their respective offenses. Taylor Heineke of Washington, Jalen Hurts of the Eagles.
And I think that each quarterback wants to play this game with a faster tempo. They want to get the plays in quickly, get in and out of the huddle quickly, take just a few seconds at the line of scrimmage and survey the defense, and then attack. And I think that we'll see both offenses try to do that in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Well, for the first time, we get our look here at the Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts, the second-year quarterback out of Oklahoma.
A lot of expectations for Jalen Hurts this year, but he has the support of the franchise, including the man who owns the franchise. Had a 4-game audition at the tail end of last year and did enough that the Eagles sent Carson Wentz to Indianapolis. They're expecting Jalen Hurts to be their quarterback of the present and the future.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a first down past the 30. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. So the completion there, and CD, as we know, trying to defend against an NFL quarterback, that's one thing. Trying to defend against a mobile NFL quarterback, that's quite another. What's the plan here defensively?
Well, the pass rush has to still try and get to him, and especially the guys on the edge, but they're going to go maybe a count slower, right? They want to make sure that...
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
But enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Here's the Eagles' new punter for 2021, Aaron Sipos, to punt it away. DeAndre Carter back deep. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. The Washington offense ready to take over, and you see Taylor Heineke at the helm in his 2nd season with the football team.
Let's face it, you don't see too many Old Dominion alums suiting up under center in the NFL, and in fact, Taylor Heineke, the first ODU quarterback to suit up for a regular season game, not to mention doing well in the playoffs. This guy's an absolute fighter. Fought for every chance he's had in this league. Attitude, determination, those carry over to his teammates very well.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Heineke. And his throw is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Heineke. His throw complete right side to Bates, the tight end. And all the way to the opposite 48. A huge play there for Washington. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Second and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at third and 10. Looking to throw. Heineke. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, Heineke. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. And it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
To throw on second and 10, Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Hurts. Forced out to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I'm gonna hit you.
And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bates. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 4. A run here for J.D. McKissick.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
First down, Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Heineke. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, Heineke. That one caught by the tight end Bates. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Heineke going for it all. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's 2nd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense back out there. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Heineke now looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
To try again after the sack, Heineke. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll set up to throw. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
52's the mic, boy. 50.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Five yards remain on 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs. They have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Stiff-armed him. And down inside the 15 he goes. Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact. And not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Second down, back to Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Throwing is Hurts. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. The kick by Elliott is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points there at CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. DeAndre Carter returning it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. On play action, Heineke slings this deep from McLaurin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Heineke. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, They feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Heineke. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
From the 41, Heineke got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Heineke. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Now Heineke. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Heineke. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 46 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. But first down, Hurts. And this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown complete. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A handoff for Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
First down, Washington.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for Washington. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, you saw that. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Second down at 4. Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now he's forced out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Sanders. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 46 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and he stopped immediately there. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Still 3rd down.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and he'll power his way up near the 25. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Heineke. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Heineke. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to make it fourth down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
It's a big one now. It's a big one now. Let's do this.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here comes Carter. Good move at the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. The Washington offense set to take over again. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Heineke. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain. Heineke now.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. Now back to work for Miles Sanders and the Philly offense. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They start on the ground here at Sanders, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Heineke to throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Heineke now from the 50. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Again, it's Heineke. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Now Gibson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissick. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing. Heineke. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Let's go! Let's go!
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll try to run with Gibson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Heineke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel there to make the grab. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going.
Baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give left side to Howard. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Give us all.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Heineke. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Washington on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Heineke. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. John Bates there to make the grab. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Smith with a 1st down and more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line.
Come on, time to play.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st down, Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
From the 36, Hurts. Flush to his right. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the 1st down. Not only another 1st down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he coughed it up. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm I'll try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Gibson. 63 yards on the ground for him so far. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll run with Gibson. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 38. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. Gets around him. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go! Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
We play to win. Let's go.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 2nd and 8 coming up. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
in search of 8 yards on down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Now Heineke. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Throwing is Hurts. Now he'll escape to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. And that's complete to Sanders. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Hurts. He's going to let it fly. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Nice play, man.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Once more, Gibson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Oh, they can't stop it.
Let's go. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Washington.
So a victory here for the Washington football team. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.